What if the secret to success wasn't grinding 16 hours a day, but thinking more clearly? What if the most productive people aren't hustling harder? They're simply doing less, but with more intention. We live in an age obsessed with speed. Quick wins, constant motion. But what if the true masters of productivity don't move faster? They move wiser. This video isn't about hacks, it's about clarity. It's about 5 quiet, powerful lessons from the world's most productive people, and how you can use them to work smarter, live calmer, and create more of what matters. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Start before you are ready. Most people wait. They wait for motivation, the right time, the perfect plan. But the truth is, waiting becomes a habit, and habit becomes a life. Highly productive people know this. They do not wait for the fear to disappear. They move forward with fear sitting beside them. Stephen Pressfield, author of The War of Art, says, "The professional acts, the amateur waits for inspiration." Seth Godin writes and ships every single day, no matter how he feels. It is not about waiting to feel creative, it is about honoring the act of creating. This applies whether you are writing, building a business, starting a new habit, or just trying to change your life. The most productive people start while still uncertain. They know that clarity comes through doing, not thinking. In Buddhism, this is called right effort, the idea that walking the path reveals the path. In Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius said, "You could be good today, but instead, you choose tomorrow." So the first lesson is this: start now. Not because you're ready, but because readiness is a myth. Lesson 2. Create rituals, not just to-do lists. To-do lists are useful, but they do not build discipline. They remind you of what needs to be done, but not how to show up for it. The most productive people do not rely on scattered willpower. They build quiet, repeatable rituals that anchor their day. Maya Angelou rented a simple hotel room to write in, no distractions, no excuses. She did this day after day, honoring the rhythm more than the results. Jerry Seinfeld wrote 1 joke a day. He marked an X on his calendar each time. His goal was not brilliance. It was not breaking the chain. Rituals are not glamorous, but they remove friction. They take your dreams off the pedestal and bring them down to eye level. What is one thing you could ritualize today? Maybe writing in the same place at the same time each morning. Maybe closing your day with a quiet reflection. When you act with rhythm, your resistance weakens. Epictetus said, "Practice yourself, for heaven's sake, in little things." Because the little things shape everything. To-do lists are potential. Rituals are reality. Lesson 3. Say no more than you say yes. Warren Buffett once said the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. This lesson isn't about being rude or unavailable. It's about being intentional. Most people are drowning not because they have too little time, but because they've said yes to too many things. Meetings, obligations, endless scroll, constant distractions. Each yes takes a piece of your focus and you never get it back. The most productive people simplify. They cut. They prune. They treat time like sacred currency, and they don't spend it on things that don't align with their purpose. In Stoic practice, this is called the discipline of assent. You don't automatically give your attention to everything that demands it. You pause, you question, you decide. In Buddhism, it's the practice of non-attachment, not grabbing onto every impulse or request. Ask yourself today, what can I say no to gently, clearly, without guilt? Because every no is a doorway to a better yes. Your time is not neutral, it is your life. Lesson 4. Work with the seasons of your energy. The modern world acts like energy is infinite, that we can operate at full speed all day, every day. But the body, mind, and soul don't work that way. Highly productive people understand that energy is not a constant, it's a cycle. There are times to sprint and times to recover, times to speak and times to go quiet. Naval Ravikant, investor and philosopher, talks about working like a lion. You don't hunt all day, you rest, you observe. And when the time is right, you act with full force. Most of us try to graze all day long, multitasking, checking email, forcing our brain into constant effort. But the best work comes from honoring your natural rhythm. Some people think best in the morning, others come alive late at night, some need time alone to create, others need community to refine. The key is to know yourself and then build your work around that rhythm, not against it. Track your energy for 1 week. When are you focused? When are you foggy? Where does your energy collapse? And when does it expand? Then schedule your deepest work during your clearest hours. Protect that time. In Stoicism, this is the art of self-mastery. In Zen, it's mindfulness. The ability to act in harmony with the present, not against it. Productivity is not about effort. It's about alignment. Lesson 5. Detach from the outcome. The last lesson might feel surprising, but it's the most powerful. The most productive people often care less about results. Not because results don't matter, but because obsessing over them creates fear, resistance, and paralysis. James Clear said it best. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Productive people focus on what they can control and release the rest. The Stoics taught this constantly. Do the work. Let go of the results. The Buddha said, work out your own salvation with diligence, not for applause, not for reward, but because it is right. When you detach from the outcome, your work becomes lighter, more joyful, more consistent. You show up, you write, you build, you serve. And ironically, that's when the best results tend to come. Focus on the process. Let the outcome take care of itself. So let's recap the 5 success lessons from the world's most productive people. Start before you're ready. Create rituals, not just lists. Say no to protect your time. Follow the seasons of your energy. And detach from the outcome. You don't need more noise, you need more clarity. Not more pressure, but more presence. If even one of these ideas helped you slow down and see things differently, consider liking the video and subscribing to keep this space growing. This is your Wisdom Vault. The door is always open.